And what you see here, what we decided is actually bring some novelty displays all the way from Volvo. Here you see a powertrain display, basically what's literally like EV that you wouldn't see on a regular day, even if you want to drive an EV. And this would be a cut-away car. So what you see here will be basically a representation also of our commitment to stay true to our safety DNA. So while we are full on electrification, we also do not forget to ensure that all of our cars, including our EVs, still have the same safety features that we have always been very proud of. Yeah. So maybe for a start, let's head on over to the other end for us to share more on how the brand began.
Hi. Okay, so a little bit more about Volvo. So Volvo was originally registered as a trademark in May 1911. So the intention for it is actually for a new series of ball bearings. It means Volvo means I roll in Latin, conjugated from beer. But its initials as a trademark ended up being for all the bearing products. So eventually, when the first Volvo rolled out in 1927, it's the world's first Volvo ever. So a little bit more about our history. We have the 3-point safety belt that was put in the PV544, invented by Niels Odin, Volvo engineer, and later on we had the XC90 because SUV that we got in Singapore in 2002. So just a fun fact, the XC90 actually won the very first Straits Times Car of the Year award that started also in 2002. So it's quite a good year. Later on, we had our XC40 Recharge, which is the very first fully electric SUV that we brought to Singapore. So it was based on the best-selling XC40 petrol, and later on we had our very first electric model, the C40 Recharge. So yeah, so it's just a little bit about the history of Volvo. Moving on, we have the stack chairs over here.
So while we just went through basically a history on Volvo, feel free to check out yourselves all the specific milestones as well. So moving on safety, before we talk about our safety milestones, this was something that we wanted to illustrate to make it more relatable. So as you all know, we mentioned Volvo's engineer, Niels Odin, actually invented the 3-point seatbelt. So if you imagine the car moving at the speed of 10 kilometers per hour, if anyone were not to wear a seatbelt and it would come to a sudden stop, the impact would be equivalent to falling off the chair from this height. So similarly, the faster the car goes, the higher the impact if the passenger or even the driver doesn't put on the seatbelt. So this one is something that we wanted to basically also to highlight the importance of wearing your seatbelt whenever you're in the car, whether you're in the front or the back seat. So as you can see, of course, if the car is going at 2 kilometers per hour, the impact will really be quite significant. So we're moving on onto the safety wall. So safety has always been synonymous with the brand. As we mentioned before, from 1959 we had invented the first 3-point seatbelt. What we did was actually not to patent it, but made it available for every other car brand across the industry to be able to use it. And in fact, since then, it has saved more than 1 million lives. So from then till now, we have been constantly innovating and coming up with safety features in our car as well. all the way to something that would be a bit more noteworthy would be similar to how we did with 1959. We actually collected a lot of results from crash tests, and in 2019, as part of the Eco Vehicles for All initiative, we made all the results publicly available for anyone and everyone to download. Yeah. So this is a general overview, so feel free to check out yourselves all the different features that we have implemented across the years. And what's to come in future would be our upcoming all-new Volvo EX90, positioned as the safest car, safest Volvo ever, with key specific features that are currently not in our lineup. Yeah, so I'll leave you to read all of it, and then we can move on to the next section, which will then highlight on our electrification journey. So, like I said, so after
Okay, so moving on to our electrifying journey. So this is an interactive board. It shows a little bit about our electrification journey from the first car we ever built to what we have today. You'll be able to see our three EVs and all the colors that we have available as well. Maybe even convince you to adopt an EV instead. So maybe if you want to step forward and you can interact with the board itself. You can see the blinking buttons. Maybe you guys want to. Yeah, you can just touch. So as you can see on the model here, there's quite a lot of information to read. So I'll give you guys some time later just to look around. So maybe we can move on to the next point of our tour. So, as Anna mentioned before, this is the powertrain of the EC40. This is the touring car of the EC40 as well. So the thing about this is there's specially brought in for Volvo Electrified. You'll be able to find more information on the iPad. There's situated on the display. It's color coded, so you'll be able to find what you need.
Maybe let's move on to the next section here. We will be going through the three EVs that we have in our current lineup. The first one would be the EX30. The Volvo EX30 is the most recent EV that we have launched early this year as well. It is the smallest fully electric SUV that the brand has unveiled. And also, we are very happy, in fact, to have Janice Wong here with us to be able to share a bit more on why we are working with her. So in essence, while the car is a small yet mighty car, we are also very excited to work with Janice. Janice herself being, I would say, having started from humble beginnings in Singapore and having basically created her success out of Singapore. So shall we move on in, and then Janice can share a bit more with you about the art piece that she has created that's inspired by the
it was I really resonated with the whole idea of small things like tea and Singapore forward. And we're not known for pastry, also not known for arts and fashion. And so, in 20 years ago when I started out my brand, 2 a.m. dessert bar, I had a very small, I had a dream with a very, very small idea of having a dessert bar and then showcasing that and inspiring the world with my brand. I think for that matter, we're now 20 years after, we've grown and done a lot of different things. So the wall behind me is actually made out of chocolate. It starts from a little seed. Chocolate is a fruit, but there's about 50 seeds in the little pod. And so what happens is we're going to turn that into this beautiful mixture. I've taken inspiration from actually the bar colors as well as Singapore being small and mighty. We took some of the elements of the pockets as well, and we put them onto the wall. Now the flavors today, you can actually touch the wall. Yeah, feel free to touch it made out of chocolate. So the flavors today, this one here is cassia lime caramel, and we have also Japanese citrus juice. So what's very interesting is art for me is always about the five senses. Interact with it, smell it, eat as much as you want, don't be intimidated by it. But I personally drove the bar for about a week and I really loved it. It was so quiet. And so I'm a fan. So I think yeah, I drove the blue one, so I thought that was so nice. But yeah, I think this project in itself is very meaningful for me as well because we get to also have other experience in the friends, which is the chocolate cake of the cars. It's really about human imagination. So I hope later you join us. But let's taste some chocolates right now, shall we? So we have the yuzu and also the